Hi, welcome to Ed Foodie. Today we're going to make one of my favorites as a kid. I don't know if it's just in the Midwest or whatever, but the old comfort food in the Midwest, Salisbury Steak was always a big thing. And especially if we were traveling on vacation, we'd stop at restaurants and I'd always want Salisbury Steak or open-faced hamburger, open-faced roast beef as well. So what we'll do today is make some Salisbury steak with gravy and lots of mushrooms in the gravy and lots of onions in the gravy. So let's get started. All right, I'm starting with 1 pound of ground sirloin. So that's like 90, 10% fat. So we want a really nice, good quality ground beef. And to my 1 pound of ground sirloin, I'm going to add 1 beaten egg. You know when you go to the store and you can find the onion soup mixes in the pouches? They usually come in 2 pouches to a box, and 1 pouch is like 1 ounce. So what I did was I took 1 pouch, that's 1 ounce, and then I divided it in half. So what I basically have here is half of an envelope of onion soup mix. This stuff is very salty, so I'm not going to add salt at all to any of this meal because the other half of this envelope we're going to put in with the gravy. I have a half a cup of panko crumbs. You can use breadcrumbs, but I really like the panko crumbs better. I have 2 tablespoons of milk, 1 teaspoon of Worcestershire sauce, and then also I like to add some Dijon mustard. I'm going to put in a teaspoon, maybe a little bit more. And then we'll add fresh ground pepper. Add that to your taste. When we make the gravy, I really like that, a lot of black pepper in my gravy, so I'll add extra to my gravy. Okay, all we're going to do here is mix this up. All right, so now we're just going to mold our steaks. I don't necessarily like them round like a hamburger patty. I want to make them a little oblong. And let's see if we get maybe 4 or 5 steaks out of this. All right, I got my stovetop burner on medium. All we're going to do is place these Salisbury steaks in a frying pan. We're going to cook them for about 3 to 4 minutes on each side because we're going to end up finish cooking these in the gravy that we make. That'll make them really nice and juicy. All right, so 3-4 minutes on each side. Okay, so it's been about 4 minutes. We're gonna flip these on the other side, and you'll know that, you know, because this is 90% meat, there's hardly any grease in the pan. All right, so we'll do about 4 minutes on this side. You can see nice and browned. Especially the onions that are in the onion soup mix. Get a little extra brown when you do this. All right, I did these 3 minutes on this side. We'll remove the patties. I'm going to turn this down to a medium low for right now. I'm going to add the same frying pan. Don't clean it, just leave it all. Any of those little things that stick to the bottom will make it even, the gravy taste that much better. I'm going to add 3 tablespoons of butter. 1 medium white onion I've sliced, and then sliced the slices in half. And we're going to cook these onions, I don't know, let's say 5 minutes. We want them nice and soft, translucent. All right, my onions have been cooking for about 5 minutes. They're starting to get nice and soft, and a lot of those little brown bits of the meat are in there. It's gonna make these taste so good. All right, so next step is I had an 8-ounce package of sliced mushrooms. I'm probably using about 7 ounces. This is probably maybe 2.5 cups. I'm saving a little bit for breakfast tomorrow. All right, get the mushrooms all coated with the butter. And we'll let these go probably for another 5 minutes because I want these onions really soft and tender. Kind of keep stirring them every couple minutes. All right, it's been like 4 minutes. I think these are pretty soft and everything's browned up real nice. Man, right there's a meal for me. I could just sit and eat that and be filled up. But let's keep going. So now we're going to add the second half of that onion soup mix. And you want to add 3 tablespoons of flour. I'm using cassava flour, so I'm going to use a little bit less. I'm going to use about 2.5 because this is a little bit thicker. And I'm only using that because I have it and I need to use it up. Okay, we'll stir this up good. Then we will slowly add a 1.5 cups of beef broth. Okay, and then 1 cup of water. All right, we'll just kind of keep this, slowly stir it until it starts to thicken up good. Just a little note of advice, I always keep these on hand if I'm making gravy. Tony's instant roux mix, wonderful if you make gravy and you don't have enough juices and it just doesn't seem like there's enough gravy. This stuff is wonderful. Or if your gravy isn't quite thick enough and you don't want to add more flour, you're afraid of the lumps, this stuff will just dissolve in your gravy and make it thicker. Another thing, which I'm going to add to this, another little cheat sheet, is a thing called Kitchen Bouquet. I think all it really does is make the gravy really nice and dark brown. It may add a little bit of flavor or spice, but I love the real dark brown gravy. And I want this kind of liquidy, I think, I don't want it too thick while I'm finish cooking the Salisbury steak. And I may add a little bit of that instant roux to this gravy when I'm done. We'll see what it looks like in another 15 minutes or so. Okay, so now we're going to place our steaks back in the gravy. Nestle them in there, get them underneath the onions and the mushrooms. Get those covered good. All right, so we'll turn this down to a medium-low. All right, we'll cover this pan. Again, turn it down to low, medium, low. We'll let these simmer I don't know, I'm gonna do these for about 10 minutes. We'll test the center of the steaks to make sure they're nice and gray in the middle. All right, our Salisbury steaks are finished. All right, so here we are. Oh, doesn't that look good? We can spoon some additional, a little bit additional gravy on top, and then you can have it separate if you want. The one thing I didn't say, if you're having Salisbury steak, you gotta have mashed potatoes with it. So I got mashed potatoes ready to go with it. Let's give one of these a little taste. Inside's done, perfect. Oh wow. That's what I call comfort food. Wow, so good. And actually pretty easy to make.
Very good.
Thumbs up from Catherine. If you like the video, give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe to Foodie right over there. Thank you for watching.